Sorry about that, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. DJ Styles. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. We're starting the mold process. You're going to love it, man. Now, the best thing when you start doing molds for your masks, the most important thing you need to know is that you really have to prep everything way ahead of time, because once you start the process, there ain't no stopping. Okay, so right now I'm going to turn this camera around away from me because that's not what we're here to see. Okay, I got about 24 ounces of water in here. That's going to be my first layer of plaster. This is my wet clay. This is a water-based clay. I'm getting ready to unbag that, take that out of the bag, and I'm going to start slicing it up. I made a homemade, and I'll do this, more of a tutorial on this. These two sticks, right? They're actually 1.5 inches. Now, some people like to go just 1 inch thick, but I like to go a little bit thicker with my mold walls. So 1 inch, 1.5 inches thick, and each line is 1.5 inches exactly away from each other. Now, what you do is you see this wire, and you run it across, and in the middle, wherever you want your cut to be. If it's 1 inch, you just take it and you grab both sticks on each side and you pull it through. I'll show you the process once I get to that point. Right now I'm just showing you prep. Once I start cutting these clay pieces, I'm going to put it on the on this plate. All right, and then I'll cut them again to make them in strips. And there is the finished NightCreeper 1978, and we're in daylight, so natural daylight, you can see what's here. It's pretty cool. It's going to be really cool. And this is we're there. We're right now we're making the mold, baby. First thing I got to do is cut my clay. Then I got to put my barrier, and I'm going to do that. I got my camera stand over here. I'm going to put the phone on there so you can see the whole process of me putting the clay on the, I got to make that a 2-part mold. So you're going to see me do the process of putting the clay on the sculpture, and then do the first half of plaster, and that'll be the back side of the mask. And it'll be upright, and then I'll be able to lay this down to get all the details once I have this, once I have the back done. Yeah, I still have some prep work to do. I want to cut some burlap, because I got to make this mold very strong, because I'm going to make that a master mold for my master copy. And then what I'm going to do is make a urethane based rubber master, so I don't lose any size to this mask. If you use latex, you'll lose anywhere from 8 to 20% of your shrinkage, and I don't want that as my master. I want my master to be the exact same size as my sculpture. This way I can dictate how much I want to shrink this mask down with every casting. See, if I can I make another mold and I make it out of latex, I can shrink it as much as from 8 to 20%. And that makes a smaller mask for people that have smaller heads. So with that being said, I still got some prep work to do. I got to cut some burlap, and I'll see you in a few. This is the first part of this. I just wanted to emphasize on how much you really want to prepare for everything. I got my releases here. Believe it or not, this is a release pledge. That's an Alan Hops trick from Stilt Beat Studios. And I'll tell you what, see the shirt? Check him out. My man Alan Hops at Stilt Beat Studios. Wasn't for that man, I probably wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. I'm good at sculpting, but I didn't know how to do molds. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. And the man's a genius. I don't say he's a genius because he won't say he's a genius, but I'll say he's a genius. The man's really unique. And he really knows how to pinch a dollar. So I have my 2 releases. I'm going to use this release for the face because it will release the face really well. I won't have to worry about the the stone sticking to my sculpture. The back of the head doesn't have any detail, so I'll use the pledge for that. And I've got the Vaseline for the dividing wall once I pull the clay away. But I got a lot of work to do here, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to you. I got my building blocks, so I don't have to. You see how there's the mask where the bottom of the neckline is. Okay, so I got to build up the blocks around that on the back side. I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to put that sculpture on the Lazy Susan when I'm done doing the cutting the clay. So I'll put the armature on the Lazy Susan so I can turn it wherever I need it to go, and build my blocks up, put my clay around the midsection, right over the dividing line is right almost dead center of the head, and it goes right around. You'll see. I'm not going to sit there and explain the whole thing right now. You're going to see the process. So guys, have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll be back on in probably 20 minutes to a half hour to do the second part of this mold process. Have a great day if you don't catch it.